Is J.D. Vance already running for president? And if he is, what does that mean about the health of the current president, who is supposed to have 3 years left on his term? The Supreme Court is asking because there's a case that they're supposed to be considering that J.D. Vance brought in election reform that does not have standing if he is officially running for president. So they're asking, are you already running for president? Should be interesting to see, especially in light of the ongoing rumors and doctor visits on behalf of the president, who says he's fine, and Caroline Levitt says he's fine, but I don't think he's fine. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court is busily trying to make the president of the United States, not just Trump, any president, a god, not just a king, but an actual god. They are now talking about allowing the president of the United States to fire people in independent agencies, which is a really bad idea. The FTC, for example, should be an independent agency. The data that we get from the Bureau of Labor Statistics should be independent of political affiliation. And yet, the Supreme Court that Mitch McConnell enabled by not letting President Obama appoint a member and then allowing President Trump to seat 3 extreme right-wing judges. Here we go. So the next president, whoever that is, J.D. Vance, God, I hope not, but whoever it is, Gavin Newsom, is going to have enormous power to do a lot of things. And I hope we make a better choice next time in light of that. Meanwhile, speaking of Trump, he's announced he wants to do $12 billion in aid for farmers, aid from the tariffs that he himself imposed that is hurting them, and maybe he could just repeal the tariffs. I don't know. But then again, he said he was sending $20 billion in aid to Argentina and then tacoed on it. So who knows if farmers are really going to get any aid. Marjorie Taylor Greene was on Meet the Press this weekend, and she said some really interesting things. One of those that stood out to me was there are 20 Republicans in the House who are going to resign after the first of the year. 20, not just her. She's one of them. And if that's the case, Republicans will no longer have the majority in the House, and MAGA Mike Johnson will no longer be Speaker of the House. And I think these are all positive developments for the country. We need some rational people in there, and it seems that this MAGA era has caused the Democratic Party to take a hard look at itself, a look that was a long time coming. I am just as critical of them as I am MAGA. It's just MAGA is much worse. But they seem to be getting their act together, and if so, they take over the House of Representatives, and a lot of sanity is restored to governance that we've not had for the last going on 12 months now. And I want to talk just for a second about Turning Point USA. Here in Texas, Greg Abbott, our governor, has said that there's going to be an influx of Turning Point USA programs into our school. You want to talk about indoctrination? I'm going to do a whole video on this, because the idea that you would allow an extreme right-wing think tank to go into our schools and indoctrinate our students, or try to, I mean, hell, we've been trying to indoctrinate them into reading math and science for years, and only with limited success. It's just absurd. These are the things we have to stand against. This is not about Republicans versus Democrats. It's not about independent, Green Party, libertarians, all those things. We need everyone to vote. We need everyone to get on the same page and understand the worst thing that could possibly happen to this country is what this MAGA regime is doing, powered by the Heritage Foundation with Trump as their puppet as he sleeps through meetings and has really no idea what's going on. We're allowing Stephen Miller and the Heritage Foundation to destroy this country. We can stand against this together, and we can win, my friends. My name is Bill. I'm a college professor in Dallas, Texas. Thanks for watching.